Go ahead.
Thank you for joining the City of Kingston's Common Council at our Community Development Meeting. Today is December 22nd. My name is Andrea Schott, the Council President and Organizer for virtual meetings. Before we begin, we would like to go over a few guidelines to help us navigate the system as efficiently and effectively as possible. We ask that members of the public and press remain muted and off camera for the length of the meeting. As organizer, I reserve the right to mute anyone who unmutes themselves. Council members, advisory members, and city staff will control their own mute button. Good practice would be to mute yourself if you're not speaking to avoid background noise and feedback. If a council member, staff, or advisory council member wishes to speak, they will raise their hands. Their chairperson will call on them before they speak by stating their name clearly for our audio listeners. All of our meetings are recorded. Both video and written transcriptions will be made available to the public on the city's website. Although we do not have public speaking tonight, you could sign up to speak at our council meeting by emailing Elisa Tinty at emtinty@kingston-ny.gov. You could also submit written comments to emtinty@kingston-ny.gov or by dropping them off at the drop box located outside the side door of City Hall. We also encourage you to reach out to committee chairs or your awards representative at any time. If you have any audio issues, send a text message to the following number, 845-594-6120. Please note, phone calls will not be answered during the meeting. The number to text again is 845-594-6120. As the organizer, I reserve the right to lock and pause the meeting to eject to anyone who has behaved inappropriately. Lastly, at tonight's meeting, we have in attendance Chair Alderman Steve Shabbat, committee members Alderwoman Rita Worthington, Alderman Doug Coop, and Alderman Jeffrey Ventura Morrell. City staff, we have Director of Community Development Amanda Bruck, and from Community Development, Amy Peterson. Tongue-tied there. Thank you for your patience during these difficult times, and on behalf of the Common Council, I wish you and your family good health. And I now turn the floor to Chair Steve Shabbat.
Thank you, Andrea. I'll call the meeting to order now. It's 6:38, so we are in session. First of all, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody for taking time out to be here. I'm sure everybody is very busy, but I appreciate you taking time out tonight rather than putting this meeting off. So hopefully we can move forward and do what we have to do. And again, I wish everybody a safe and happy Christmas and holiday, whatever you celebrate, enjoy, and stay safe. Okay, first order of business. If everyone has read the meetings from our last meeting, which was November 24th or something like that, I'll take a motion to accept them. Unless somebody wants to comment on the minutes. Is that a motion, Rita? Motion by Rita, second by Doug. Anyone? All in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay. Minutes are accepted. Unfinished business. I don't believe we have unfinished business. Mandy or Amy, is there anything I'm missing? I don't think, no unfinished business, right? Okay. Well, we shall move to the business at hand here. Since this is actually our second go-round of the year, I guess we can consider ourselves old hands at this. I was really happy with the first round, and considering that was the first round, I think we handled ourselves very well. I thought we did very well. I'm not taking anything for granted, though. That doesn't mean tonight's going to move along quickly or not get bogged down with something else. So, but at least we got one under our belt, so we at least know what to expect here. let me see. The last time, if memory serves me, and please jump in. I think we kind of started going through the list to see if we can reach consensuses about who we can rule out, basically, before we move forward. That seemed to work. That's pretty much what we did last time, right? I think we went through each application. We didn't go through the application. I think, hopefully everybody will have their notes so we don't have to actually read the applications. Amy, go ahead.
Can we look at the vote to the reallocate the $120,000 from previous years first? This is a Parks and Rec initiative.
Sure.
Does that throw you off? We wanted to vote to fund the shade structure at the Van Buren Street Park. Currently, there's a gazebo that is in very poor condition, as well as purchase and install playground equipment at Kingston Point Park. And that is from previous multiple CDBG years.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to, if you want to discuss, motion, you guys decide.
Well, has everybody had a chance to read that? Amy sent that out.
Sorry. Yesterday, I think. I see a lot of nodding, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, something. I don't see the date on my copy, but whatever. I mean, I think it's pretty clear. So, does anybody want to have any discussion on this? I mean, certainly, I'd like to. This would be considered part of our spend down, right, Amy?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So, and truthfully, this is kind of a drop in the bucket for what we have to spend down. So, but we should start moving forward. Amy and I discussed a couple things the other day that hopefully we can, we're going to find some other sources to spend this money. This is a good problem to have, money to spend.
Yeah, right.
So let's not leave any in the bucket. Let's spend it while we got it. So, does anybody have any questions, or does anybody want me to read the email? Rita?
Just one question. I read the email that Amy sent us. But did we get the estimates for repairing the gazebo and putting in the equipment for the park?
Let me see. So Julie's the one who submitted and did her homework. The Van Buren shade structure is $50,000, and the Kingston Point playground is $70,000.
Okay. Okay, I did see that from Julie. Okay.
I did not break it down on my committee report to submit.
Right.
Should I? Hi, Don.
Hey, Don.
I guess I'll be more specific.
You didn't break the amounts down, you mean?
I'm like pre-wrote the committee report so that I'm all done. And I don't think I put it in the email, but it was in the application. So it's $70,000 for the Kingston Point playground and $50,000 for the shade structure at the Van Buren Street Park.
Okay, but you said you didn't have that breakdown in the committee report?
Right. Well, I'm writing I have them all written. I'm anticipating that you're going to say yes. I'm trying to do my homework.
I mean, I definitely think. Yeah, we should definitely have the breakdown of the amounts in the committee report.
Well, I will do that. I've got it all written and ready to go. I can, write it up and then send it to you.
Okay, great. Let me know when you're ready, and if you can read it, then we'll talk
Right.
about a motion or any discussion.
Well, all I have, hold on, I gotta get to 2021 because it would be for the January 21 Common Council meeting. So hold on. I mean, if you want it more detailed, I don't have it more detailed. I have three different committee reports. I have the 120,000, the 95,000, and then the large one tonight. So my letter, I will be more specific. Hold on, I will change that now. I have, Dear President Shaw, please accept three committee reports from the Community Development Committee, CDC, and Advisory Board, CDAB, to be voted on at the January 5th, 2021 Common Council meeting. One, which is the one we're voting on now, is the reallocation of 120,000 of community development block grant funding from previous multiple years to install a shade structure at Van Buren Street Park for $50,000 and a playground at Kingston Point Park for $70,000. Do I need to be more detailed than that?
That sounds good to me, as long as it's broken down with the 50 and the 70, I think.
And I will go fix that too that's the letter, and then in the report I will do it too.
I mean, I'm okay with that. Does anybody have any questions?
So the report itself is to reallocate. That was my letter to Andrea. So now I have to reallocate $120,000 from previous multiple years of CDBG unspent monies to install a shade structure at Van Buren Street Park for $50,000 and playground at Kingston Point Park for $70,000 as approved by the Community Development Committee at its December 22nd, 2020 meeting.
So can we make a motion? Can I motion on that, Steve?
You can. There's a motion on the floor. Is there any discussion before we get a second? Does anybody want to discuss this any further?
Rita made the motion, right?
Rita made a motion.
Made the motion.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody want to second that?
I think John did.
No, I had a question, but I was deferring because we're already, a motion has been made.
No, if you have a question,
So obviously this was up before, right? And now it's coming up again, and it's a shade structure for the park.
but yeah, currently there's a gazebo. And I mean, I haven't seen the shade structure. I don't know what it's made of, but the gazebo is crumbling. It's in very poor condition.
And who uses it? The residents in the neighborhood?
Yes. It's a little pocket park off of Van Buren Street. It's got a cute playground, but
It's kind of like a little parklet, Don. It's,
Right. So, I have not been, I don't want to cause any, I have not been that involved with this process, as you guys know. Just a thought is that there are so many important, so many more important places to put the money for food, for some of the education programs.
we can't do that.
Well, we're making choices on which or how much.
This is old money that's
It's no
being
money. Okay, so then there's nothing.
reallocated.
There's nothing more I can say. So that's fine.
Right. So the COVID money that can be addressed, but an organization would have had to apply for this money years ago.
Got it.
And this is money that's been unspent for various reasons. And
So then we should go ahead with it.
Yeah, so actually, this is really unrelated to the COVID block grants, Don. This is money that we have been told we have to spend. So, this really has no bearing. We're not shutting anybody out,
Thank you.
that, for COVID reasons. All right. So we have a motion on the floor. Would someone like to second it? Second by Don Hollerman. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, unanimous.
Andrea, can we find out if caller 3 is a board member?
I will unmute him.
Caller 3, is that me? That's BC.
Oh, hi, BC. Okay, I just need to take attendance.
Do you want me to leave it? Do you want me to leave you unmuted?
No, I'll text you if I want to say anything. All right.
Oh, sounds good.
Okay, what about you, Ursula? Can you unmute Ursula too?
Okay. You want to go? Are you all set, Amy?
Yes. Ursula, if you'd like, you can unmute yourself or mute yourself.
I did.
Okay, thanks, Ursula. No, but can we move to the reallocation of that 95,000 from the first round? Only because that could affect.
Absolutely.
Only because that could affect the second round. Okay,
Yep.
Who wants to introduce that one? Mandy, me, you? Go ahead.
Either whoever,
Okay. I guess
anyone but me. You guys know a lot more about it than me.
Okay, so as you recall, the round one, amongst the other COVID allocations of the 440,000, we were entitled to keep 88,000 plus. Mandy has the dollar amount for administration, and we were awarded the city, among the allocations, 30,000 for administration. Among the other allocations were 80,000 to family for rental assistance and 15,000 to Rise Up Kingston. Family seeded their money, and you had discussed them just keeping it earmarked for rental assistance without promising it to any awardee in particular. Along with that, there was the 15,000 that Rise Up could not accept due to the eligibility requirements. They're a great organization. Their activism is, wonderful, but they're not charitable, and they were unable to comply with our requirements of restricting it to LMI, low to moderate income recipients. Therefore, we have $80,000 plus the 15, which is 95,000. So you have a couple of options here. You can increase the amount for administration to 58,000, no more than, because it cannot exceed the 88,000, the 20% of the 440, and you've given us 30, and any combination thereof, along with, RUPCO, who has submitted an application for rental assistance. If you would like to give all 80 to RUPCO, that's fine, and 15,000 more for admin, that's fine, or 15 to somebody else. Or your other option is to give more than 15 to admin, less than 80 to RUPCO, and then any remainder, if you want, you can give RUPCO some out of the second round. RUPCO has gotten 70,000 for the first round of rental assistance. And they are working diligently to see that they are assisting those. So, and you don't have to be limited to those two, but I think
now,
that
again, yeah, I mean, I believe we did reduce the administrative portion substantially last time, right? I think we came to a kind of a compromise. So, I certainly wouldn't be opposed to giving some of that back again. I mean, I think the city certainly can use it. I would have given us more the first time, but I think we thought it was a good thing to do to compromise this. But since we do have some extra money here, I'm certainly not opposed to putting it back in the city fund. What does everybody think?
Yeah, I agree. I read Mandy's email, and I would be in favor of giving them the 20%. Just going around these rounds here with the CDBG, I'm seeing how much work that they're doing with this and how much work it is. And so I'd be in favor of giving them the 58K, and I would love to see the rest of that go to the rental assistance.
Yes. And RUPCO is set up to do rental assistance better than anybody else around.
Yes.
I'm in favor on that. I brought it up because I know on the email, because I know that I can see how much more work it's been for the community development office with these rounds plus the regular CDBG. So I'd be in favor of restoring their 20%.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go myself. So, all right.
Okay, so
Anybody else have any input here?
Mandy, do you have the exact dollar amount? It wasn't exactly 88,000. Do you want to just keep it a nice, easy 58, or do you want to go to whatever?
It was like $88,018. I mean, it was.
I thought it was 88,085.
All right.
Rita was on that.
Yes, she was. You have to excuse my computer. Rennie calls it Hal. He said to me once, the 80s called, Hal wants its computer back, so I can't work fast. All right, so how much? 88,085?
Yes.
All right, so then less the 30. Do you want to give us the city, 58,085? Okay. See how bad it is using a pen and paper? Imagine. And then the remainder of the 95,000 to RUPCO.
I think that's what we agreed on.
And it's really sad that it was taken from her at a very young age.
I don't think I will be able to get over it. Getting over it means forgetting about someone. I don't think I'll ever forget about it. Thinking about my brother, Sebastian.
No math here.
I tell how much I miss her.
All right, I get, this is by hand, 36,915 to RUPCO. Is anybody else faster than me? Everybody has to be faster than me.
Not me.
Look at my computer's just like frozen here.
Oh, Anna.
When you are faced
36,915.
All right. So you want to allocate 36,915 to RUPCO for rental assistance.
tremendously. She was a special girl. You're part of my world.
Who's that?
Sounds like somebody's TV is on.
Not mine.
Not mine.
I'll mute to prove it's not me.
Okay.
So that's in addition to the 70,000 that they've already got, which brings
Yes.
them up to over 100,000.
Right. Now they had applied, for additional. So if you want to give them the rest of their 80, we can throw that into the spreadsheet and consider that for the second round. I didn't put it in the spreadsheet because I didn't know how much you would want to consider. So do you want me to put the remainder into the second spreadsheet and send it to you now? If my computer will let me.
That's the remainder of the old monies?
No, what I'm saying
Or that's
is,
the new monies that they're asking for.
well, because they asked for 80, they had resubmitted 80,000, and if we're giving them 36,915, I can put that difference into the second round if you want to consider giving them more. If not, then they will just get the 36,915, and this current spreadsheet that I had sent to you will remain the same.
Okay.
So you guys talk amongst yourself while I type. We don't have a motion yet for this, right?
No. We don't have a committee report yet. Does anybody have any discussion? I think we seem pretty much in agreement with this. If anybody has anything further to add, feel free.
I think they're going to need every drop of rental assistance they can get.
Yeah.
All right, so you want me to put the remainder into the second round? For discussion. I mean, you're not voting on it now, but.
Yeah.
Okay,
The remainder would be 43,085.
Thank you. My computer is just freezing. All right, so 43,085, you said, Jeffrey?
Yes.
Nothing is this is just awful. All right, I'll handwrite notes and I will read you the committee report shortly. All right, I'm going to...
Amy, it's Andrea. If you want to just write down what you're going to do for the committee report and say it out loud, it's on public record.
Well, I
So
know, but I could read it out loud if I could even just pull it up. But is
this one that you didn't send this one to me, right?
Right, I have them pre-written to, hang on, I can't even insert, hang on. So let me see if I can pull it up so I can read to you what I have. But it will be to reallocate 2019 fiscal year 2019 CDBG CV round 1 funding to 58,085 for administration and $36,915 to RUPCO for rental assistance as approved by the Common Council Committee. This is just ridiculous. I'm gonna have to work off of this computer. Hopefully this one's faster, or I pull up my personal computer, although I don't have anything.
So we just need a motion on that, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. Motion by Jeffrey. Second. Second by Rita Worthington. You getting that, Amy?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay, all in favor?
One of the first things we wanted to do is talk to the guy that was picking up cans at the river, just passing by the boat.
Anyone? Nobody opposed. Nobody left. Okay, unanimous.
Okay.
Okay, you up to speed, Amy?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm pulling up. I have to work out of, off the surface now to pull up things and work. Spreadsheet and add that in and then email it to all of you. I mean, if you want to start in the meantime, you can. I'm going to add the,
Yeah, why don't we, now,
I'm going to add the 43085 into the RUBCO.
We think, exactly, you don't know, so we don't want to see that.
okay.
Okay, I'm sending this now.
I think what we, okay.
Go ahead.
I think what we did last time, I think we kind of went through this, right down the spreadsheet list. And kind of got to see if we could get a consensus to either say, okay, no, or we have questions and want to come back to it. How does that sound?
Now, I gave it to you both ways, by alphabetically and by category. Which one would you prefer to work off of?
Alphabetical.
Yeah, I have mine listed alphabetical.
Okay, all right, because I didn't update the national objective one, so I'll throw that in later. All right, I'm sending this to you in un momento. Hang on. I'm not even sending you a subject or anything. Just let me know if it opens and if you got it.
I just got it, Amy. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, I've got it too.
Okay, I have it. I'm just pulling it up.
We want to start this program. No,
Okay, did everybody get it?
I did not get it. I got not what Mandy sent. I got that. Did not get from Amy.
I didn't even look to see who it came. I thought it came from Amy.
Yeah, it did.
Mandy
I
sent,
didn't put a
yeah,
subject
sorry.
on it though.
Don, it doesn't have a subject in it. It's
Yeah,
just came from Amy. It's a
I
spreadsheet.
just needed to get it out.
It came up for just now, Rita?
Yeah.
Okay, got it now. Thank you. I want you all to know, I texted Amy earlier, I'm having a family COVID emergency and I have to leave the call in about 5 or 6 minutes. My sister apparently has it and I've got to go to talk to a doctor. So,
There you go.
what's that? Anyway, it's been a very tough time with my family.
Sorry to hear that, Dan. Don.
Thanks.
Do what you have to do, Don.
Thank you, Steve.
All right. Good luck.
Oh, I know, Rita's been through this, right? Rita had it?
No, thank God.
Oh, so Tony has it, but
Tony and Michelle.
No, Michelle. How's Tony doing? Anybody know?
Tony's doing well.
Good.
Tony's doing fine. He chaired a meeting last night.
I'm not wishing anything on you, just don't get it.
Okay, Don, whenever you want to leave, just feel free. You can leave.
Thank you, Steve.
Good luck,
All right, I
Don.
think we all understand
Good
that.
luck.
Thanks, guys. All right.
All right, good luck. We'll keep you in our thoughts.
Looking at this list, I love everybody's, I did read all the proposals. I have because I'm a business, because I have, business oriented person, I really love the BAK's micro grant program. Just want to say that as you consider them, I think it's really novel and helpful to our small business owners. So, but all of these things are so important. Anyway, okay, guys, thank you very much.
Good night, Don. We'll be in touch.
All right, good luck, Don.
Bye, Don.
Good luck, Don.
Night.
Okay. All
I have a
right,
quick
so you want to just start down the list, Amy?
Yeah, that's fine. Let me pull it up. I've got the two committee reports. To whom shall I send them? Mandy has to sign it first, right? Or no, does Mandy, oh no, Steve, you sign it, right?
No, the committee report, Andy will sign them and then send them to me. And then I'll send them out to the committee for signature. Or I could, if you and Mandy don't see each other, I could also send it to her for her to sign too. Just let me know.
All right, well, I can send it to her now.
And I'll sign it and get it right over to Andrea.
Oh, yeah, that works. Yeah, just send them all to me and I put them through a program.
All right, I'm going to save them as PDFs.
Perfect. Oh, I'm putting up my thumbs like you can see me. Yes, that works.
No, I can't now because my stupid computer isn't working. So I'm minimized. All right, I'll work on this while you guys start to whatever. Debate.
So, Steve, can we start going down this list?
Yeah, yep. I think last time Amy, for whatever reason, Amy just kind of led us through the list.
Oh, I did. All right.
Yeah, just to refresh everybody's memory, last time we seemed to be we were in agreement that, we were going to go with business that took direct action because of COVID. I would certainly like to stick to that same philosophy this time. I think that's what this money is for. Organizations that have, gone above and beyond, to help people out, during this crisis. That being said, we'll start moving forward. Okay, go ahead, Amy.
Okay, so your opening amount that your maximum is, as you see, 256,376, and I put in the maximum 20% for admin, which is 51,275, and the drop-in school support program for the city of Kingston, who runs programs at predominantly the Rondout Neighborhood Center. It's basically school. We do have some programming at the Hodge, and Andrew Williams and Keegan Twombly are there daily, along with Read and Write, to help these kids who have difficulty accessing the internet and need assistance. BAK, it's a micro grant program. This is to direct assistance to small businesses, predominantly along the Broadway corridor. Boys and Girls Club, an additional $15,000. This is for emergency childcare because they've had to extend their day. Typically, their programs are 3 to 6 p.m. for after school, but they are now doing all day to assist. CCE, Project Access, they are also doing an all-day school program. CLP, Citizens for Local Power, this is a job training program for people in green energy industries. Education for Excellence is a husband and wife team in Saugerties, and this is 100% remote learning and healing, yoga, etc. Family of Woodstock they've been doing meal preparation and distributing it to various organizations and locations, as you can see: Everett Hodge, Rondout Neighborhood Center, Boys and Girls Club, and the CCE. Gateway Community Industries is also doing emergency meals. Their proposal was people who had, are now home, quarantined with COVID. Hudson River Maritime Museum is a virtual learning program. Inspire My Mindset is essential needs. They had asked for more, and that's why I did the column C, ask/eligible, because only 3,000 of it was for eligible items to distribute. Kingston Can Code is, as it said, a virtual workforce training program for coding. That's 100%, everything is like 100% remote. Legal Services of the Hudson Valley, this is an additional money. They received, I believe, $70,000 for the first round for housing eviction prevention, along with assistance for those who are having difficulty getting their unemployment benefits or other COVID-related legal issues. LOI, NICES, New York State, something for energy, something. Once again, clean energy training. People's Place, this is a CV precaution intake registration. So outside of People's Place in the parking lot is a tent, and they cannot allow people in to access their pantry or their store, because they have to test everybody for going, just like City Hall had someone. So this is to pay for 2 people, one at a time, to for intake, temperature check, and write down contact info in case they needed contact tracers. And it was also to pay for portable space heater. Read and Write. Did somebody have a question? Oh, okay. Read and Write is also doing the drop-in school support. So they are helping with Andrew and Casey, also at the RNC and Hodge. Repco, rental assistance. Seed Song Farm is also, it's community supported agricultural shares so that they can grow food to distribute. Sunrays is equine therapy that I think she has a location downtown It's either the church or not Iannucci's property. I'm not really sure. Ulster County Community Action, they had wanted several. They wanted a freezer, a generator, and I believe some meals. UPAC, Arts and Education, they want to do, and I think they are currently doing something along the lines, or they've done, I'm sorry, they haven't done it remotely. This would be 100% remote. They do this to the entire school community. And I made it clear to her that we will not pay for all 6,925 students. And she would have to prove, they would have to prove that they are doing LMI in Kingston. UIDN, Emergency Food Assistance, they received $20,000 last time, and they are extending it. She just dropped off a package today with like $11,000 that they're up to so far for emergency food assistance for those undocumented residents who otherwise could not access public assistance programs. YMCA wants to do a senior fitness program, and the YWCA does Magic Circle lunches. They're struggling. They do daycare and programming during the day while, their parents are working, and they feed them, but their revenue is down because of COVID. So, and that's all I got.
Okay. All right. That was a little different than what I was imagining.
Oh,
but it was a nice recap. Doug, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
That's all right. Doug?
That's all right. I'd like to do for my own benefit,
I'd like to
summary here. As I understand it, the award to the city of Kingston is $256,376. Out of that comes administration cost of 20%, and then the computer and drop in at the hydrant round out. That leaves us with $160,101 is what the math I've done. That's what we have available to give. The total,
Right.
the total ask, that is, if you add up the 27 requests, that's $742,696. So we can fund 21.6%. So I think, to me, that's, if I got that right, is that our starting point? People are, if you add it all up, they're asking for $742,696, of which we have $160,101 to give. So basically about 22%, we can fund 22% of what's being asked. I'm just that's the overview as I understand it. Is that correct?
Yes, but
okay, that's fine.
Understand that some of these may be a better fit for their regular entitlement funding.
Understood. Yeah, but I'm just doing the math that we have to begin with. Right. This is what people want. This much, and we've got this much to give.
Yeah, well, that's
okay. And after that, then we have to discuss.
Every year.
There's a lot of.
We might as well make that
I'm just trying to frame where we are.
All right. Can we do this? All right. What I'd like to do is quickly go through the list, see if we can get a consensus of either yes, no, or we'll come back to that. And hopefully my theory is we can weed out, numerous of these requests right off. So we might have a COVID or whatever. So we can weed a few out and make it easier. All right. So Why don't we do this again? I appreciate the little recaps because,
I'm sorry. I
for
didn't know.
some of it might have been a few days since we read all these things. All right. So and if we have a somewhat unanimous decision that this should go, you can just cross it off for now, Aim. Okay? Are you following what I'm
Yes.
getting at here? Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. We all set?
Yep,
Let's go.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, so you want to read them out, Steve, and get people's opinions, right?
Right.
Okay.
I'm hoping they'll be kind of like quick opinions, I'm hoping because mine were pretty definite, what I have down as no's were no the first time I went through the list, and then again today when I went through it, there's, most of them are still no's. So, if everybody feels the same about some of these things, then we can just strike them from the list. And maybe they can reapply. Some of these are not that they're bad ideas, but, I don't feel that they're really COVID related. So anyway, so let's start again. Okay, so you want me to do it, Aim, or you?
It doesn't matter. Okay, Business Alliance, micro grant. They're asking for 60,000.
Why don't you do it, Steve?
I had okay on that.
On who? What?
The Business Alliance of Kingston. The micro grant program.
Business Alliance?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Rita, how'd you feel? Anybody, just give us an opinion. That's all this is at this point. Yes or no?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Boys and Girls Club, Essential Child Care. We got a little difference of opinion.
I'm only saying no because we've been generous to them in the first round of grants, and they've been giving grants from 2017, 18, 19, 20. We've been very generous to the Boys and Girls Club for very good reasons. But again, we can only fund 20% of this, so I said no on that.
Okay.
I'll tell you why I said yes on that, because especially now, in light of what's happening in Midtown, our kids definitely need somewhere to go. The Boys and Girls Club has been a long-standing organization in Midtown that has provided access and a safe place for our children to go. And that's what this funding is about. What they're doing now is having kids go over there now to do virtual learning, and they're feeding our kids. And I think that they absolutely deserve this money.
And there's also the fact that if parents don't have somewhere for their kids to go, they have no way to go to work. There's no safe place for the kids. How does mom and dad go to work?
Yeah.
It's the first pass through, so, we can come back. I mean, I realize I'm 4-1 on this. I'm outvoted on this, and that's okay. But we're just doing a scoping, going through it now, and see where we are.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. That's what it's all about. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So they're still in the running. In other words, Boys and Girls Club still in the running.
They're still hanging in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. This is just if we can get a really good feel that this doesn't belong, then we can get rid of them. All right.
Okay.
Okay. CCE. How's everybody feel about that?
A small amount.
Small amount.
I don't like the amount that they're
No,
asking.
I would give them a small amount. They were asking for
Oh,
a
you would give them-
tremendously huge amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
I would not eliminate
this is
them in this first round.
Okay, this is something that I have a question mark on this one. I know they've kind of changed their write-up a little bit to sound a little more COVID related. Although, Amy, don't we have some issues getting information from them about their last grant, right?
Yeah, they were a
Where'd Amy
little,
go?
I'm here.
Where'd Amy go?
Oh, there you are.
And I didn't want to eat in the camera. They were a little difficult to get what I needed for reimbursement. It took a few months. It took like more than a year. Like they had, for example,
Okay.
their program was in the summer of 2019, and I didn't get everything until this past November.
so
right.
Steve, I actually went over and talked to Drew, and he took me through the building and told me what they're providing, the services that they're providing over there. He's doing good work over there. However, when looking at the application, it looked like the salaries amounted to over $171,000. And so that was a red flag to me. They're asking for 100,000, but their salaries amount to over 171K. And so I'm willing to give them some money, just not that amount.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. This is a lot of money. You know, this is the lion's share of what we got here. So, you know, I had a problem with that for sure. So, all right. So why don't we come back to that one? All right. Move on to the CLP, Green Jobs Internship. I had a definite no for this one. Doug, you got a yes on that one?
I got a yes
All right.
on that one, yeah.
Jeffrey,
I'd
you?
like to come back to that.
Oh,
I'm going to
You were
recuse
down,
myself.
right?
Jessica Clegg is on the library board with me. So I'm taking myself out of the conversation.
Thank you, Ursula.
Yeah, I mean, not that I think this is bad, you know, I'm just not convinced that this is, you know, the right way to go, taking COVID money for something like this.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
I had a no on it because I thought this is a great program for the regular CDBG. I just don't know that they're the right fit for this.
Right. That's exactly how I felt. All right, Education for Excellence. Okay, there's a unanimous one. All right. So we can take that one off.
Yeah.
All right. Amy, let me know if you're not keeping up here.
I'm keeping up.
All right, family. How's everybody feeling about family? Doug, down again. All right. I mean, I like this because it's, yeah, I mean, it's still, you know, they're providing food for people. That's really what, you know, what's driving me to say yes on this one. Okay.
So
Gateway,
they're still in the running, right?
still in the running. Really only
Okay.
eliminated one so far. All right,
Right.
Gateway. Again, it's emergency meals. All right, Rita. Gateway.
Did we skip some?
No,
I don't think so.
no, you're good.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
good with that.
All right, we're good with that. Hudson River Maritime Museum. I know that. I mean, I love this.
We love them all.
I love the organization, but I really don't think this is. Yeah, these guys are great. They're great for downtown. I really love them. They've done a lot. I just don't feel that this really has much to do with the COVID thing.
But they're still
All right,
in
so
it,
we got
right?
1-4. They're still in it. Inspire my mindset. All right, that one's off. Kingston Can Code. Rita, Doug. 3-1.
So was
Kingston
that
Land Trust.
Kingston can code, or is that like the $0, or is that still in the running?
Well,
Still in the running.
Okay,
3-1 both, so I guess they're still in it.
all right, as long as there's, right, all right.
All right, Kingston Land Trust. Community Gardens. Again, it's not a bad idea. I think it's a great idea, but I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's appropriate for this.
This is Kingston Land Trust,
All right,
right?
so that's unanimous.
Kingston Land Trust.
Did anybody give a yes? Right. Did anybody give a yes? No. Okay.
Steve, we were just discussing Kingston Land Trust, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
I gave a yes initially, but I thought you were talking about the next one, not this one.
All right. Hudson Legal Services, Hudson Valley. I think that this is the one I had a question on, Aim, about, how much services were they providing? I mean, that's
Well,
a lot of money.
We gave them 15 this past year, for the 2020 annual entitlement funding for housing eviction. And then I believe they got 70,000 for COVID, the first round for legal services. So I don't know if courts are open. I don't know. I'm not allowed to give my opinion.
I mean, my question, I think a couple of us had this question the last time, is we don't know how much certainly we didn't know how much call there was going to be for them to represent people. I still don't know. I really didn't see much in there.
Having worked
that would indicate that they used everything we gave them, or not any of it. So
may I say something?
I don't know.
Sure.
I worked for them before I retired for 15 years. They have people in housing court every Thursday. The number of cases they say they will handle is much less than the total number of cases I've known them to handle in the past. We had one housing attorney who closed over 400 cases in the past for housing. And we have a lot of people facing eviction now because they haven't been able to pay their rent. But I'm going to tell you that I haven't worked for them for 5 years. I can't say what's happening specifically now, but I know that's a hard, dedicated portion of their work is housing and public benefits.
Okay, thank you.
And we also know that there is going to be, once this moratorium is lifted, there's going to be a lot of people facing eviction, and legal services is going to provide attorneys to help them. So I think that the money that we're giving them is probably far less than what they actually need. And because, I can't even imagine how many people are going to be facing losing their houses, their housing, once this moratorium is lifted.
All right, and I agree with everybody. Just keep in mind that they're getting 85,000, and if they only could go, if housing court is only once a week, will that 85,000 carry once a week? I don't know. This would be another 50. That's 100.
Yeah, and my question was going to be, because we already gave them some money on the first round, but I know that there was a moratorium on evictions and the courts were closed for a portion of that time. So, yeah, I would want to ask them if they ended up using all that money, or if they still have some left over that they can carry into the next year.
Amy, are we allowed to ask questions even now, right now, at this point?
Sure, I can get you Joanne's number if she's there, or Erin. I don't know if I have them on my cell.
Is that a question that you can send out to them before we give them money, give them additional monies?
Yes. What would you like me to ask?
Just as Jeffrey suggested, the monies that we had previously given them, have they used that money, considering there was a moratorium on evictions?
Okay. All right, if you want to move on in the meantime, so you don't have to wait for me to get a response, but we'll keep that one open.
Okay.
So you want
All
to
right.
know if they spent that.
The next one. Say that again, Aim?
So you're asking if they have spent any of it?
Yes.
Any of it? Any or all of it? Maybe they did use it all. I don't know. But can some of it be carried over? Okay, the next one is, I can't remember what LOI stands for. It's clean energy training. Doug? Doug, how about the LOI clean energy training? Yes or no?
You're muted, Doug.
Is this the New York Solar Energy Society?
Yes.
All right. Let me see a show again. All right, down on that one. All right, People's Place.
No,
we heard this.
Sorry.
Go ahead. How's everybody feel about People's Place?
I love People's Place, but we were very generous to them on the first round. So again, there's only so much money to go around. But still in the running, I guess.
Okay. All right, the Read and Write program at the Rondon Neighborhood Center and Hodge Center. How's everybody feeling with that? Good? All right. Seed Song Farm.
Don't forget Rupco. Did you not get the spreadsheet that I put Rupco in for the 43,085?
Yeah, no, actually, I'm using my old list. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, let's stop there. How about the Rupco? Before we Rupco.
Rupco,
Rupco.
I mean, Ulster County Community Action Committee?
Now, Rupco, parental assistance.
I don't have that on my list.
That was the new one that I sent.
No, that just came through on that spreadsheet. We discussed that at the beginning of the meeting.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Let's go back. Seed Song Farm. Can I get that again? Okay, 2-2. First tie. Sunray.
What was the verdict on Seed Song?
Seed Song 2-2.
Oh, okay.
Sunrays.
I think they should be on our regular program, not the COVID.
I agree.
So they're gone.
Yeah, that's fine with me. All right. They're gone. All right, Ulster County Community Action. I mean, I'm on the board there, so I'm not gonna.
What is that? What is that?
Ulster County Community Action.
It says
Yeah.
COVID-19 reconnect and recharge. What does that mean?
All right,
They put in a walk-in refrigerator and a new generator to deal with meals and things. They provide meals.
I don't know if
It was to enhance our food storage capabilities by protecting our freezers, walk-in refrigerator, and refrigerators that protect the regional food bank purchases used for emergency food distributions and our mobile food pantry. The power outages, a new generator, our food pantries have remained open. I think they were also asking, let me look through the budget, because they were also asking for rental and utility payments, which has already been covered by others.
They have one, for prevent homelessness and termination of utilities for 36 individuals for $20,000 in their budget.
Right. Thank you.
Protection of food was 15.
Right. So of the 44,000, 15 was for a generator and 9,000 was food bank money. And as Ursula said, the 20,000 was rental utility assistance. So if you want to just cover the generator or food bank money, or none, some, all.
Yeah, I'd like to keep them in the running, maybe or lower.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's keep them in. The next one, I can't remember what UIDN
Ulster Immigrant
stands for.
Defense.
Ulster Immigrant Defense Network.
Thank you.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. That we talked about that already, right?
Well, you didn't vote, but I mentioned one.
Right. Okay. That's 3-1.
I have serious concerns about that one. If people aren't eligible for federal funding, can we use federal funds to give them money to provide the same services?
Yes.
It doesn't jeopardize our grant?
No, I asked our HUD rep after you had asked me, and he said there are no federal laws, there's no CDBG laws, that unless there are state or local laws that say otherwise, it's fine. But thank you, Ursula, for bringing that to my attention.
That was an excellent question.
It was a really good question.
Okay, UPAC, Arts and Education. How's everybody feeling about this?
I'm on the fence with this one.
I'm on the fence too.
Yeah,
I'm on the fence.
yeah, me too. I mean, this is a great thing. Is it really COVID related? I don't know. I've been going back and forth on this one. I got a question mark on that one.
All right. Well, I'd like to
All
keep
right.
it in for the moment.
Yeah, let's keep it in. All right. YMCA Senior Fitness. How's everybody feeling about that? I mean, I think it's a good thing.
Well, they're all good things.
They are, absolutely. And
thumbs down.
YWCA.
A thumbs down does not mean it's a bad idea.
All right, YWCA Magic Circle lunches. Rita, Doug, everybody up. All right.
So I have 0, since I was going back and forth, for Education for Excellence, HRMM, Hudson River Maritime, Inspire My Mindset. Is it 0 for Kingston Land Trust, or is it 0 for Kingston Can Code? Or for both?
Kingston Can Code, I think it was still in. It was
Okay.
It was like a 3-to-1 vote, but it was, or 1-to-3.
All right, and Kingston Land Trust, I have a 0 there. Was that correct?
Yeah, that was Kingston Can Code was 3-to-1.
Okay, and then NICES was 0, Keep Clean Energy Training.
That was 3-to-1 too, wasn't it? But yeah.
Oh, so
That
that's
was,
it?
yeah, that's out.
Oh, it's out.
That's out. Okay.
Was that 3-to-1 or I crossed it off?
Okay, that was out.
Okay, and then Healing with Horses is out. And what did you just decide on YW?
We didn't. I don't think we did. So with the ones that we zeroed out, what are we down to?
All right, I have to, let's see if I
You
can.
get rid of all that many.
Yeah, you can get rid of all that many. So let me do, I'm going to do the other one. Let's see if well, you're still at your, for the total ask, you mean you want to know? All right. Let me see if I could do, I didn't do it that way. So let me quickly, un momento. I'm going to do it this way just for a few minutes. Hold on. You're down to $647,000 and $190.
Okay. So Steve, do you think it makes sense to go back through them and see the programs that we decided to keep, how much we want to allocate to those programs now?
Yeah. Actually, I
That's
froze
the
up
next
there,
step.
Aim. So how much, what did we eliminate? How much?
You eliminated, 183,866.
All right. Yeah, I guess we could start going back and looking at some of the requests and, you know, maybe whittle that down a little bit. How's everybody feeling about that? Good? All right.
Yeah. We haven't cut much out yet.
We haven't, no. All right, so we just start at the top?
Yeah.
All right, how about the Business Alliance? Asking for 60.
I'm willing to
Anybody
cut
got
that.
any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm willing to cut that amount down. I know it's important during COVID that these businesses survive, but I think I'm more concerned with people losing their houses and kids not being able to eat right now. So
Eating,
I think
I think eating is the key. Yeah.
yeah,
Eating is overrated. Only kidding. Shouldn't say that on.
yeah. So I think that's where my focus is going to be. And
Yeah, me too.
and I think right now too, with the relief bill that was just passed, it's supposed to help some of our small businesses as well.
Yeah. I had them in for 30. I think it's a good program. It's an innovative program. These micro grants are a good idea, and certainly not 60,000, but I would fund them for, I'd say 30 for this next pass.
All right, everybody good with that? Got to set the bar somewhere.
All right.
Everybody good?
We'll probably
All right.
we're going to come back to all of these several times.
Right. Boys and Girls Club, childcare. It's only 15 grand. How much are we going to cut from that?
0.
You mean cut 0 or give them 0?
Cut 0. They're only asking for
Okay.
15.
All right. Just getting the terms here.
All right, CCE.
So 15,000
Yes.
for boys and girls?
What name?
15,000 for Boys and Girls Club, right?
Right. All right, creative education, 100 grand.
10,000.
Give them 10?
I think
Or cut
10 is a good amount. That's what they usually get from the regular CDBG, but I would have the question whether they can do the program or not, or
The whole
with the funding for
100,000
this
comes
funding,
into
do they have to
salary.
complete the whole program with this funding?
And this is for CCE, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
whole 100,000 is salaries. None of it is, if you look at
Right.
their spreadsheet.
Right. Yeah, that's my concern, that it's their salary even outweighs the ask. I think if it was more program oriented, I may have a different feeling about it. But I'm concerned about that salary.
Right. I had them at 0 on my list, but I'd be willing to compromise for 10 if that's if that's an amount that they can do anything, they can do the program with.
So 10?
You want to lower it to 10? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying, Doug?
Yes.
Okay. So lower it from 100 to 10.
Right.
Okay. All right. What did we decide with this Green Jobs internship? I don't have that written down. Did we vote that down?
Which one?
All right. I had no.
I'm sorry, which one, Steve?
CLP Green Jobs internship. 30,000.
Yeah, I think I was the one vote on that. I had them in for 15,000.
I'm a 0 on
All
them.
right. So I think you were the lone 0. Okay.
But that was a strong no vote.
Okay. All right.
So
Education
what am I
for
putting
excellence.
in for that? Steve, what am I putting in for CLP?
0.
0?
Okay.
0. Okay. Education for excellence. We said, what did we say on that? No, right? I got a no. What did we decide on that?
0.
Is that all no?
Yeah.
0.
Right.
Okay. Family of Woodstock, 27,000.
Well, I was outvoted on that. I had them in for 0 only because, we've been generous to them throughout the years, and there's only so much money to go around, so that's a hard choice. And I said 0, but I realized I was strongly outvoted on that.
Yeah. I mean, again, we're getting back to taking food out of people's mouths here with this one. And I hate to get into the, relative things here, but I mean, 27,000 is really not a huge ask. So, we could cut a couple thousand.
I'm good with cutting them down to 20.
That's what I had on.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a minimal amount like that. Jeffrey, how you feeling?
I had them in for 20 also.
All right, let's go with 20. Okay, Gateway, 34,000. Emergency meals.
I want to give them 15.
15. I would recommend 25. So what is that? How's everybody feeling?
I mean, I'm really willing to do half of the amount that they're asking. So that's close to where Doug had them. Yeah. 15 or half, I'm good with either.
All right, Jeffrey, how you feeling?
Same. I'm good with either. You have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Why don't we say 15?
Okay.
All right. Maritime Museum.
Oh, I thought that was zero.
That was a zero.
Oh, I got it down as 3-1.
Oh,
That's right, it was. But I could go
Yeah.
along with this one. I could go along with zeroing this one.
Yeah, I mean, my original thought was it's really not COVID related.
Okay.
All right, I mean, that's something for a regular block grant. I mean, I think it's a great idea, but maybe not for this. All right, 0. All right, the Kingston can vote was a 3-1. Can code 10,000. I had him as a no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no on this too, although I love the idea that our kids could learn coding, but I don't think it's COVID related right now.
I agree. I think this
No.
would be a great program for the regular CDVG. I hope they come back for that.
Yeah.
All right, so knocking that one right out. All right, Kingston Land Trust, we eliminated that. 30,000 to 0. Amy, you probably didn't hear back from the legal services, right?
I did, and I sent it to you all. Would you like me to read it?
Yeah, please do that.
Or you want to access your email? Okay, so. Hi, Amy. I did a quick peek in our database. We've opened about 30 cases, which is about half of the deliverables. I believe we had anticipated 58 with the First Cares Award. We have been in Kingston City Court 2 times a week for the past few months, which I didn't know that they could be. Additionally, we have been advocating where landlords have been doing quote unquote self-help evictions or providing notices to vacate. We've also assisted some foreclosure clients to obtain COVID forbearances if they cannot afford mortgage payments right now, and benefits to income stabilization due to COVID stimulus, unemployment, etc. We have been helping people navigate a system where they have never navigated before. Additionally, the fallout after the moratorium is going to be enormous based on the data we are seeing. So we are gearing up. So I don't have a lot of hard numbers, just 30 cases.
How much was their award for the first round?
I think it was 70,000. I will confirm. Hang on.
And Amy, if you could get an amount that they've already used, that would be great.
Well, that's what I asked her, and she didn't really answer, in my opinion. 70,000 the first time. All right, I will follow.
All right.
I will follow up with a.
All right.
So there
Amy?
She may not have access to that information from home.
She may. I don't know.
Amy, now,
Yes.
did you say they put in a request expecting 58 and only did 30? Did I hear that right?
We've opened about 30 cases, which is about half of the deliverables. I believe we had anticipated 58 with the First Cares Award, which was the 70,000.
Steve, I'd be willing to cut them down to half of the amount that they're asking, only because I do know, and I really feel strongly that once the moratorium is listed, that they probably will get more cases.
Yeah, I think you're right, but we don't really know. But in reality, they really only serviced half the amount of cases that they were anticipating.
That is true.
So,
yeah.
I
mean, they're asking for a good amount.
I don't know that we.
So cutting them
50
to
grand
half,
is a lot of money.
cutting them to half is a good idea. If they
Right.
only end up serving half
Half of the, right.
Well, that's what I want. All right, everybody in agreement there?
So what's the number?
Yeah, 45.
25.
$25,000 left.
Right. Okay, clean energy training is off. People's Place, we had a 3-to-1 vote on that, for the intake registration. We're asking for 20,000.
What do you think, half? Because there's so many programs kind of doing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
That's why I was on the fence
Well,
with that one, because so many other people are doing the same thing.
I mean, we can always go back.
All right, how's everybody feel? Take 10,000 off?
Yeah. So 10,
Everybody
5,
good?
okay.
Take it to what?
10,582.
You want to keep the 582 in there?
Well, I can take it off. You want me to leave even 10,000? You said take 10,000 off, so I take it literally.
I'd say 10, keep it at 10.
All right.
Okay, read and write. Drop in school support, 20,000.
If possible, I'd like to give them the full ask with this virtual learning and them providing meals. We're probably going to go into this, well into the spring or summer, where they're going to have.
I'm sure we are.
Yeah.
Kingston Schools announced today that they're going to be remote until at least January 19th. I spoke to a teacher.
Okay, and so, I mean, that's what they're hoping until January, right? We don't know.
January
Yeah.
19th. They've moved it from January 4th to the 19th today.
Yeah. So, and I know in the past with Read and Write, we've always cut their funding. So we've never, as long as I've been on the committee, we've never given them the full ask.
Well, don't forget, they're also getting regular CDBG funding.
All right, so
Yeah, okay.
Should we
so
leave it at
all
this
right,
for now?
so we have to keep that in mind as well then.
You want me to find out how much they're getting in 2020? Because I'm a little concerned. I mean, I'm happy because I support what they do. I'm just a little concerned that they cannot be double dipping. So, I mean, we're giving them supposed after school money now, and they wouldn't be able to use that.
Okay.
Are they doing anything from 3 to 5 at the Hodge or Rondout, Rita? Do you know?
I don't know. I think that, from what I understand, I thought they were over at CCC for a little bit too.
I don't know.
That they were using space over there.
Oh, okay. So they're getting 9,500 for
regular.
For regular, yeah. I
Okay. Well,
I would be very
I'll
personal.
defer to what you guys think.
Right. I just want to let you know that when she applies for reimbursement, I will scrutinize to make sure that it's not the same employee at the same time on the same date.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't let them double dip.
Right.
Okay.
But
I'll defer to what you all think.
I would go with
All right.
half.
Well, you want,
I'd go with 10.
I was going to suggest taking the 95 off of this ask, since they're already getting that and likely that they didn't run the program, the after school program, because for most of the year there was no school. I mean, there was no, in person.
right.
Oh, okay. So So then that will take them to,
11,082. Can I do the $82, Doug, or do you not want me to do the $82?
It might make it easier to keep round numbers for now, and then we just add whatever.
well, we keep it at
changes left at the end.
11,000.
11.
Okay, Seed Song Farm, we were deadlocked at 2-2.
I'm sorry, Steve, where do we settle on that one? Reading right?
11,000.
I'll read them. 11,000. Okay, Seed Song Farm was 2-2.
I'm a no on that.
24,000.
I was a no on that also.
Are they going to be doing
No.
planting and stuff this time of year, or they're not doing it until spring or summer and would be under the regular grant?
Do they have a greenhouse? I don't know.
I think I go by there a lot. They have one that's really not, I don't think it's big. The one I see is pretty small.
Okay.
I'd put them in for half.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I'll go with half.
subsidizing CSA shares, which is, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it,
Again, we can come back
think
to
it's
it, but
good,
I
and
put them in for half. It was a 2-2 vote.
yeah.
That's half for, half against. Why don't we just give them half for now?
Let's go with half. You know, I really have a feeling that this is the kind of program they're going to do anyway. They're just kind of hoping to recoup some of their losses.
Plus, I think Ursula brings up a good point. They're likely not going to be planting in the winter, so they could potentially apply for the regular CDBG.
Okay. Dealing with horses, 0.
0, all right.
Okay. Community action with the walk-in fridge and generator, 44,000.
I would support them for the 9,000 for the walk-in fridge.
I'm good with
I would
that.
agree with that.
I mean, I think this is something they could reapply for the regular block grant.
Mhm.
Okay.
So where are we at
Emergency
there?
food assistant, 9,000 for community action. Down from
9,000.
44,000
Yeah, okay.
to 9,000.
Mhm.
The emergency food assistance was a 3-1 vote.
I got 20,000 at the last COVID round.
I'm
Well, they
willing to
did.
give them half. Since they got 20,000 before.
I'm good with that.
All right. 10? Okay, sounds good. Okay, UPAC, Arts in Education, 25,000. I don't think we came to any consensus on that. I got a question mark for it.
Me too. Me too. I'm such a fan of the UPAC and the the shows that they provide. I'm a fan of them. So I'd like to give them some money, but I guess Jeffrey raised the question earlier. The monies that we provide, is it going to be enough for them to actually carry out the program? But I would think with UPAC for arts, I don't think that question would be relevant for them. I think that any monies that they get would help toward their arts program.
And they're only listing the money they're asking for intern stipends. They're not using it for general expenses. It would be for interns to work on their programs.
Right. And so that's the other caveat then. We're talking about COVID funding, right? And they're asking for monies for interns.
For scholarships and stipends, yeah.
Yeah. I'm on the fence with this one, Steve.
Same.
Yeah, I started off with a question mark. Yeah. My original mark was a question mark on it simply because I don't feel it's COVID related. So I don't know. How's everybody feel about this? 25,000. I mean, they are a good community organization. I can't disagree with that. They're great for the community. You know, but
they are.
I'm not convinced.
And I'm also a fan of them like Rita. You know, I've put them in for 10.
10? Yeah, I mean, I don't mind helping out. I wouldn't mind bringing it down. Does everybody feel with the 10? 10? Okay. All right, YMCA Senior Fitness, 3-1. Geez, I hope it wasn't one of us seniors that voted against that.
Love this program. I think we need to find something for our seniors to do. I absolutely love this program.
But will seniors want to be out traveling in the winter weather?
I'm sorry, say again. What'd you say, Ursula?
Being one of these seniors, I don't like traveling when the roads are bad or the sidewalks are bad. The exercise program is terrific, but the slip and fall isn't so great.
I was, in previous administrations when they had the senior program down at the Roundout Neighborhood Center, and then it was taken away. I was so upset. I don't consider myself a senior, but I just love seniors.
I like them too, but I think they're more cautious.
I'm a senior. I'm a Y member. I love the Y. I've been on their board, but I just don't think this is COVID related. That's why I said 0.
Right.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think per se it's not. I mean, I think somebody alluded to the fact that, during everybody's shut in, it's kind of nice to be able to get them out to do something. I think that goes a long way. But yes,
however, the fact is that the funding wouldn't be available until July 1, but they could reapply for regular.
Okay.
But it wouldn't get them through the winter and through COVID. So.
All right.
Because recall that we're only doing programs, we're only doing new programs or substantially expanding current this next time. So I think there are a lot of organizations who are going to not be able to apply. We cannot, we can no longer fund things like Read Write unless they're doing something different, or ULA unless they're doing something different. Boys and Girls Club has a lot of different programs. Dan and I had a really good conversation. So we will no longer be able to do Teen Supreme or Music Makers. So I think we're going to have a lot of new programs this next year, which will be great.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we want to knock that out or just bring it down?
We'll keep it in for now.
It's only 10,000. How much we can bring down?
And
right.
How much do we have left, Amy? Because we haven't done REPCO yet.
You're at negative $7,899. It isn't too bad, really.
We're making good progress here.
Considering you're at what, 800,000? You're at 264. You guys are doing really well.
So I mean,
What-
we have
does
we have
anybody
we have the other one too, the YMCA for the lunches. So I think that maybe that one might be a little bit more COVID related than the senior fitness.
What is the senior fitness paying for? Like I'm looking at their budget now. Salary, fringe, scholarship, stipends. Is this really the same one? Yeah. Printing and facility usage. Are they charging themselves? And it's based on 20 participants for $10,000.
Right. So if they don't get the 20 participants.
I don't understand why they have a facility usage of almost $5,000. Isn't it at their own facility?
Yeah, they're talking about insurance, utilities, cleaning,
Oh, okay. So it's
and sanitizing. So they may have extra costs for cleaning and sanitizing.
well,
but
we cannot pay for cleaning, sanitizing. I don't think I can confirm with Mandy or Jane. We can pay for insurance. Not sure that we can pay for utilities. Can we, Mandy? I don't think so. I don't know.
No, we just got a ruling from HUD on utilities. That'll have to send to you, but we can't pay for the cleaning either.
Right. You cannot pay for maintenance. So you couldn't ever pay to, let's say, fix a fence or paint a wall, paint anything, because that's, routine and upkeep. Upgrades you can pay for. You can rip out an old fence and put in a new one.
That line is almost half of their budget. It's $4,800 just for that. And I would think the Y has insurance in general. Shouldn't their general insurance cover a particular program?
I would think so. So you could knock it down that 4,200 because it looks like they wouldn't even be eligible for that part anyway.
I think you all just made our decision a little bit more easier.
Okay. So Doug, 10,915 minus 4,200. $48,715.
I think that line was 4,800, Amy, not 42.
42. Oh man, I did all that math in my head and I screwed it up. Where is it? I lost it. Oh, you're right. 40. Oh, yes, it's $4,800 in costs, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So all right. This is weird. They're saying revenue is all right. So did I put 10,915? I think it's 11,515. Oh, she's got two different amounts. On the cover sheet, she's got 10,915, and in her budget, she's got 11,515.
Yes, but she says she has a $600 deficit.
Yeah.
Which is where she got the 10.
Right, but her amount requested is 10. So I'm going to go for the amount requested. So do you mind if I take the 4,800 off of there?
No.
Off the 10,915? Does anybody have an objection? So it'll be $6,115.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Want an even 6,000, or do you want to keep it clean for them, 6,115?
Let's keep it around numbers right now.
All right, 6,000. All right, so we've got Magic Circle lunches and then revisit Rupco.
Okay, where are we at with Rupco?
I think we were around 36,000.
So, Rupco, you said?
Yeah, you can do the, you can go YW or up.
I'll be back in a minute.
Did we do the YWCA yet?
No.
No, we didn't. All right, that was 4-0 in favor, 16,000.
Okay. So the whole amount, 16,050. All right, so then we have to
You want to
revisit.
stick with that?
Oh, okay.
The full
Anybody
amount?
got any-
No, I think,
Which one is this for? I'm sorry. Which one is this for?
At YWCA.
YWCA.
For the 16,050?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put them in for 5.
Anybody else want to bring it down?
Yeah,
I'm okay with the 5.
Anybody else have any thoughts? 5?
okay.
Jeffrey?
I'm okay with the 5. I mean, we're gonna have to cut a lot of these anyway.
Right.
Okay.
Now, seed songs.
Yeah.
All right, forget.
So where do we stand now? That was the last one, right?
Well, you haven't done Rupco.
Rupco we got to do.
Rupco is getting 36,000 from the first round, over and above their 70. But you are currently, without Rupco, at negative 18,000, almost $19,000, 18,899 to be exact.
All right. So we're gonna have to shave a little bit off of some of these other ones.
Well, that's pretty good, though.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I'm happy with that first pass.
That's
Yeah.
not bad for round 1.
Yeah.
No,
That means we won't be here
Oh,
until midnight.
we'll be here until 12 p.m. Yeah, 12 midnight. So, I mean, if I could just add my 2 cents in, I would shave some money off of the BAK and Seed Song. BAK we had at 30K.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Rita. I'd support Rita on that.
Right.
Me too.
Shaving, not a major amount, but maybe take 5 off of that.
Yeah. And bring them down to 25.
All right, so we're down to 25.
Seed Song, I would take money from them
Okay.
as well.
All right, we knocked them down to 12.
Maybe 2,000 from them.
What do you want?
Bring them down to 10.
That's what I was thinking. Go to 10.
We're at 10 with them, aren't we?
No, we're at 12.
We're at 12.
Oh, we were at 12?
Yeah.
We're at 12.
Well, okay.
And maybe shave
Yeah.
some of a UPAC since we kind of, it's most of their money is for internships.
Okay, seat song down to 8, seat song down to 10, we're saying?
Mhm.
What did you have for UPAC? I didn't put that in. So we're
Right.
We
leaving.
had
Yeah, correct.
We had 10K for you, Pat.
Oh, sorry, then I transposed numbers, so I'm sorry, you're still negative by a lot of money.
Oh,
And plus you haven't done Rupco either.
Repco, I mean, we haven't totally defunded Repco. Repco got money from the first round, right?
Yeah, Rupco got 70,000.
Yeah. Okay.
And now they're getting another 35 and change. 36,915. So they're at 106, almost 107,000.
But also rental assistance is the one thing. I mean, rental assistance and food are the two things that are the most concerning right now.
Exactly.
Yes, totally.
Why don't we see if they can throw in a few meals for the rental assistance too? That'll really put them over the top. We can cover both of those. Couple free lunches.
You're right.
So, the community action, that was which one was that?
That's for the freezer, the 9,000 for the freezer.
Freezer. We knocked that down from 44 to 9.
Okay, so we should leave that in.
Amy,
Yes.
I'm just curious. How much did they pay for the freezer that went into
Family?
the Hodge?
Oh, the
Yeah.
hot, I'd have to look that up. That's a very good question, because I was the one who bought it.
The 9,000, I think, is to restock food. It was a different price for the, they were looking for a generator and to restock food and something else. They weren't looking to buy a freezer, if I remember reading them correctly.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, because you're right, but then I thought they did. So 9,000 was to replenish food pantries and mobile food pantries. Let me see. Ursula, you're always right.
Not always, but I like to have a good day occasionally.
So, you know what it is? I think it was a little confusing. They could benefit greatly with additional monies to add a new generator service to protect all freezers, walk-ins, and refrigerators. So they weren't asking for the refrigerator itself.
So what did they? I'm confused. What are they asking for?
They wanted they want a generator because I guess in power outages, I don't know how often that happens. And, I should see, I don't think he's even given me any, quotes. Did he give me any? He hasn't given me any quotes to prove how much a generator is. I don't know how much a generator,
That's
where
a
did you
lot
get this
for a
from?
generator.
15,000 sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
It is. How big of an area? I mean, if it's just the refrigerators, I had a generator that was 12,000 K, and I could have done my house and 5 of my neighbors.
And how much did it cost?
Installed, it was like under 9,000, and it was a Generac.
Really?
Yeah.
So maybe it might make sense to ask them, get some estimates. They may have given us, you said they didn't give you an estimate, they just gave you that number?
And actually,
So, I mean,
you know what it is too? Is remember how you guys had said that if you had applied the first time and you didn't do a negative check off, that I would use your application the second time. So since you didn't submit a full application, I probably would have required the quotes. I just transferred it in. But that's an interesting point, Mandy and everybody else. So
So Steve, why don't we follow those guidelines that, only those applications that were submitted in full, we would consider.
I mean, if you think 5,000, that only knocks it down from 4. It still puts you at -15, -17, really.
Right, but if they're saying that 9,000 is the cost of the generator and we only give them 5, that's not going to be enough.
Right. But he never, and I emailed him, do you want to reapply? And I never heard from him. Let me Google how much does a generator cost.
Based on the insufficient information and, they didn't provide any estimates or anything. They kind of gave us a general number. I'll be okay with knocking that one out.
I would agree with that. Plus, if they didn't respond to the question of whether they wanted to reapply or not.
Right. Steve, are you there?
I lost you all for a second there.
So did you hear what we said about that one?
I did not, no.
Yeah.
So we said, Amy provided us with information that she tried to contact them, and she asked them some additional questions, and they hadn't gotten back to her. So, and they didn't really provide a full application like we've required in the past. So I said, based on that, I'd be willing to, cut them out of the funding based on them not providing the answers to our questions. And then maybe having them, send them some additional questions and see if they get back to us. And if not, then they can apply in the regular funding, the regular CDBG grant funding.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I really thought this was more in line with regular block grant funding, really not. I mean, the COVID is kind of a stretch with this. But as I said, I'm on the board here, so I really don't want to get too involved in it. So whatever you guys decide is fine with me.
Doug, what do you think?
Which one do you want to, what do you want to take it to?
This is the community action. They were asking for the refrigerator and
The 44,000, yeah.
We
So
had
what are you
knocked
saying?
it down.
You
had
want to
said
knock that out? You're saying you want to knock that out entirely zero?
Yeah, until we can get more information and or they could submit another application during the regular round of funding.
When is the regular round of funding closed? When do they have to have applications in for it?
January 8th.
And they have to know right away that they have to reapply.
Right. But
Amy, you would send out that notices though. You would send out that notice, right?
Oh God, I sent it to like 50 to 70 people. My email circulation is huge.
Okay.
And I directly emailed all of the applicants and said, do you want to reapply? And I never heard from him.
Then he didn't reapply.
He did not reapply, which is, if I'd gotten it, I would have asked him, for some estimates to see how much a generator costs or whatever.
They're coming to us asking for funding, and if they can't even get back to us with questions, the answer to our questions.
Right. So city procurement policy is that they have to provide 3 quotes. But with an application, we just require 1 so that we can see that they're in the ballpark, that they're not asking for $1 million.
Yeah.
You mean, also when you're talking to them, find out what they plan on using the generator for, and not just the refrigerators, because then they don't need the biggest one that they offer.
Right.
I mean, If they're asking for the entire building, that's different.
Right. Well, but they had asked to protect their food. So, and I just went on to Home Depot and it was $1,200 for like an 8,000 watt, like the biggest one or whatever.
Yeah, it might make sense just to get a little bit more additional information from them. So I'm willing to, I mean, I'll go along with what you all suggest, but my personal opinion is that, you know, we should not consider this one based on the lack of information that we have.
Right. Well, I would base it on the fact that they didn't formally reapply.
Right.
So.
All right, so we want to knock that one right off?
Yes.
Okay, you're at a negative 12,000 and you haven't gone to Repco yet.
Which means we've got to find 48,000, 36 for Ripco and 12 to take us even.
Right, if you want to fully fund Repco for their 80,000, right?
The only other one that I'm willing to forego is the seed song.
The what, Rita?
The seed community supported agricultural shares, Seed Song Farm. I mean, unless you could tell me how that's directly related to the pandemic that we're in right now.
And Seed Song did not reapply formally either for the second round. And I don't want to necessarily penalize somebody because we gave them that option.
Right.
But they should at least have answered you and said, yes, please carry us over.
Right. I don't think he may have, but he didn't formally. So, I mean, I don't want to penalize them just because they didn't have to. But that's a good point, Ursula. What's his name? That's Creek, right?
Do you all know anything about this organization, what they do? How does this directly relate to COVID?
It doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, they say they want to provide 100 Kingston families with 50 to 100% subsidized CSA shares. You know, that's something that could be, you could do that in any given year. It doesn't seem to be related to COVID. And as Jeffrey has said, the prime considerations here are immediate food and protection of housing. And I'm not sure this fits in that one.
And it might fall under the new guidelines for expanding an existing program.
Right. So if we take that one out, Amy, what are we down to?
Hang on, let me get back. It gets us really close. Negative 1,900 without Repco.
And we took Ulcer County Community Action Committee. We took that down to zero, right?
Song is at zero. What did I do? I took something out. What do you have? You have UIDN at 10,000, right? Took the wrong 10,000 out. All right. We're at negative 1,900. So just to recap, BAK for microgrid grant 25,000, boys and girls, essential child care 15, CCE 10,000, family 20,000, gateway 15, Legal Services, 25, People's Place, 10, Read and Write, 11, UIDN, 10, UPAC, 10, YMCA, 6, and YWCA, 5.
I mean, oh. You take the 1,900 off of legal services? What do you think? And that takes them down to 100.
85,000 from us altogether, right? They're getting 70 for the first round, right? And they're getting a regular 15 from regular. So they're already at 85,000.
Yeah, and if you add, I mean, they're at 85,000 and we add another 43,105.
I thought we were adding 25 to them, that you cut it in half.
Right.
From 50 to 25.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the amount we allocated to them initially?
Well, they're getting 15 from the regular, from the 2020. They're getting 70 from round 1.
Okay.
They're at 85, and then you have allotted thus far 25.
Okay. I don't think that will really be doing them a disservice if we take that $1,900 off of there. We've given them a generous amount already from the first round. It's only $1,900.
And I think they do. Yeah, they do well annually from us, I think.
About 10 to 15,000.
So it'd be 24,100 or 23,100, 23.
I'll just do 23, right? You want to do an even 20 for them?
If we brought them down to 20, they'd be getting over 100,000 total
Right.
from here, right?
Like they're at 85 from us.
Right, plus 20, that would be 105.
Right. Then you're at positive $3,101.
Look at that.
Wow.
But we haven't done RUBCO.
Well,
But you
then,
haven't done RUBCO.
then giving that to Robco would bring them to 40,000, which is half their total ask.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, you're right.
But we still don't have the 40,000.
Well, we have the 36,915 from the reallocation.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to give them an even 40. Come on, guys. I'm here doing my math. 3,085. Is my math right? Right? I get 3,085.
I don't have my calculator.
Amy, give me the numbers again.
Yeah, can you get down the list again, Amy?
I'm sorry, what? So 40,000 less 36. What? Somebody keeps.
He wants you to go down the list again.
Oh, okay. So Rita, just quickly, Doug. So Rita, if we want to give them half of what they're asking, 40,000, and they're getting 36,915 from the reallocation of the first round, I get $3,085 from this round.
That's what I get.
All right, so let me just throw that in, and you guys can play with that.
So if you could go down the list one more time for us.
Yep, you ready? All right.
Yep.
VA, Business Alliance of Kingston, 25,000. Boys and Girls Club, 15,000. CCE, 10. Family, 20. Gateway, 15. Legal Services, 20.
20?
Yes.
I thought that was 25.
No, I think
Yeah, I
you
got
do.
25.
That's
Yeah,
what we had, and we took some money off of that because we were short.
We're at 20 for legal services.
Right?
Yeah. Which is how we come up
20?
with the balance of the money for Repco.
Yeah, I had 25.
That's what it was, but we took the 1,900 off of that and then rounded it down to 20,000 and put the difference toward the Repco amount.
All right.
So which is it, 20 or 25?
20.
20.
All right, so 20, 10 for People's Place, 11 for Read and Write, $3,085 for Repco, 10,000 for UIDN, 10,000 for UPAC, 6,000 for YM, and 5,000 for YW.
YM was what?
6,000.
I lost
And
it.
what was Repco?
3,085. You want me to, let me, you know what I'm gonna do? Hang on one second, see if this works. I'm going to see if I can do this real quickly for you. Crap. Hang on. I'm going to send you my spreadsheet. So hang on one second.
Okay, great.
Lots of clicks. Hang on one second. I hope this works. Transferring from one to another. Oh, it's locked. Oh, crap. All right, I'm just going to send you what I have. Hang on, I just want to clear out stupid things. Ready?
Ready?
See if this works. Where is it? CDBG. 22nd, 8:57. Okay. I think this is the right one.
The only two things that I'm still on the fence about are UPAC and CCE. I mean, I'm fine with what we have, but would we consider allocating that to rental assistance, some of that to rental assistance instead?
Where do we stand as far as our bottom line is concerned? Are we positive or negative?
If you all agree, if I did it correctly, I just sent you this spreadsheet. Please confirm that we're positive 16.
$16.
But did I do it? I mean, like, are you all agreeing with what I have?
At 25, 15, 10, 20, 15. Those are the numbers that I have.
Okay, so you agree with me, Rita? Okay.
Did you guys get that the latest email from her? The
I
latest.
got it, but I can't open it.
You can't open it?
Not while I'm on this. In order to open it, I'd have to leave the meeting.
Oh, don't leave the meeting.
That's
So-
what I thought.
So Amy, do we want to run down the list one more time?
Sure. All right, so Business Alliance, 25,000. Boys and Girls Club, 15,000. DCE, 10,000. Family Food Stop, 20,000. Gateway, 15,000. Legal Services, 20,000. People's Place, 10,000. Read and Write, 11,000. Rutco, $3,085. UIDN, 10,000. UPAC, 10,000. YMCA, 6,000. YWCA, 5,000.
And that leaves us positive $16.
Right, that's what I got.
So it doesn't matter where you put the 16.
I mean,
Let's get with it.
you want to add that to the REPCO for rental assistance? Steve?
And give them,
Yeah, we can. Yeah, that's fine.
so then they'll get 4,001.
Don't want to leave anything on the table.
Nope, what did I do wrong? Hold on. There's, 3,085, so it's gonna be $3,101. Look at that.
3101, right?
3,101 on top of their 36,915.
Yeah. Which is added to the 70K that they've already gotten.
Right.
Yeah. So that brings them over 100 grand. So that's good. Steve, I don't know if we've ever come out on the positive side.
No. I was just thinking, I hope Andrea's not on the phone because she'll never let any of us off this committee. We'll be
Good of a job.
rest of our lives.
Seriously, since I've been on this committee, Jeffrey, can you recall where we ever
No,
come out
Too
positive
much,
side?
too much, yeah.
No, absolutely not.
The only time we came close was on a project thing where people pulled out and we were able to fund everybody pretty much.
oh, that's right.
We had a
Right,
thing where the request and the amount available were like a couple of dollars apart. So I think it was 160. We took off somebody and it went, which was a really nice, quick evening.
Oh, it wasn't me. It's me.
Steve, I think I don't know, Steve, you might be the one for this committee for as long as it's in existence.
No, don't say that.
Right, and said thank you, so, yeah.
All right, listen, I'm going to say this. This really worked well. We got good feedback from everybody, including Mandy and Amy and, Ursula. I mean, this was really a joint effort. I said it last year, just thrilled to be a part of this. I mean, we really work well together. It's great to be a part of something so positive. Who would think giving away money could give you pains in your stomach? But anyway, this is, I think, like Rita said, this has got to be record time. So let's not use ourselves here. Let's not, the other shoe might drop. So let's count our blessings, have a little supper, and get a good night's sleep. And hopefully by tomorrow, we won't get something from Amy saying, "Oh, geez, I messed it all up." But I think
that's why I sent it all to you, so you all can say. Now I need a motion to approve or to accept or whatever.
Okay. Motion by Jeffrey, second. Rita, second. All in favor? All right, that leaves no one left. All right, very good, unanimous.
All right. And then
Very good job.
motion to adjourn, guys.
Okay, motion to adjourn. Second. All right.
Merry
Better
Christmas,
be nobody.
everybody.
All right, very good. It's a pleasure working with you all.
Thank you.
Everybody have a happy
Holidays, Merry
holiday.
Christmas, everybody.
Happy
Stay
Kwanzaa.
safe. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Amanda.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you and happy holidays.
This conference is no longer being recorded.
Okay.